So yeah, continuing about fucking 10 seconds after the last one. Um, just want to mention something before we kind of get into the main topic, which is basically do what you gotta do. Um, do want to mention while starting off with these videos, I noticed in the first one I shot tonight, I started off where I wasn't really talking as well, but then I feel like I got a little bit more comfortable. Starting to feel a little bit more comfortable making these because it is weird. I'm literally talking to myself. My dog's watching me. My doggy's watching me, and chickens were. And also, I was gonna stand in between just to stretch my legs, but I did not. So here we are stretching. All right. So fucking sore. Wood will kill you. My wrist problem's back. Talked about that in the last video. Put some wood up today. I was up on a ladder, a couple hours doing shit, but that's what we got. But yeah, so I'm really thankful for that. I mean, honestly, even if I fucking quit tomorrow and don't even make any more videos, I mean, here for a good time, not a long time. And I need to get away from all this country music talk. Uh, age 30 years and 5, mentioned that in the last one. Get out there and do shit and gain your fucking wisdom. Do it your own way. Just because someone's older, don't mean they know what the fuck they're talking about. Honestly, the housing market right now is dog shit. Everybody knows that, right? Um, However, though, I'm going to make an entire video about how you guys can avoid that. If there's any fucking video that anybody watches, I hope it's that one. Because I really want to inspire people. Because a lot of people, they just get in that trap, oh, I'm going to have to rent forever and everything else like that. Dude, there is ways around that. I fucking promise you guys. And no one ever talks about it. And I don't know if it's the same for every fucking area. If it's not, who really wants to live in the city anyways? All it is more temptation around you. I mean, most people that I know moved up to the next biggest town, which is still small compared to fucking most places. But basically, like I tell everybody, and they still think I'm fucking crazy, what is more up there than there's this little rinky dink town that we've got here? Everything still closes early. Walmart still fucking closes early. Kroger shuts down early. I mean, there ain't shit to do at night. So it's not like you get more out of it. I mean, for a kid, hell, you get to run around more here at night and shit like that and do what you want to do because cops ain't as bad. But there ain't shit to do at night. All there is up there is there's twice as many fucking dollar stores and 10 times more fast food fucking places. I mean, your chicken strips and your cheeseburgers, there ain't that much of a fucking difference. It's just more temptations to blow your fucking money. And the cost of living's more, you know? Which I'm going to use that as a segue into what I'm going to talk about here. So, basically, not having all the right shit to do the job. Other than my hammer, I was talking about my last one, my little fucking finishing hammer East Wing I got for $7 at a fucking junk sale, $5 or $7, whatever it was. It's my favorite tool that I own personally. Now, my favorite type of tool, vice grips. You can do any fucking thing with those. My point is I've supposed, especially mechanic shit, I hate it. Mechanic work is the worst because most of it's fucking tedious. Like I said in a previous video, lawnmowers, chainsaws, shit like that is not bad. Four wheelers, god damn, I hate that shit. You gotta, because you got no space to work in, so much you gotta remove. Now we got a couple big, older trucks and shit out here and stuff. They're not too bad to work on. But you're always supposed to have all these fancy tools to do the fucking thing that you got to do with, dude, a can of PB Blaster, WD-40, Slick 50, if they still make, I don't fucking know, liquid wrench. There's something else. I think it's got a fucking donkey on it. I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I heard some people talk about it as being good. Basically, something to lube up your fucking shit with, and then you get your vice grips on there. Get the needle nose ones. They're probably more versatile as far as getting into tight shit, but you can fucking basically do anything with those. You can crank the shit. You can fucking get you a small pair and a big pair, and you can do anything you want to with them. You can make do. There's this one guy I used to work with in construction. He had a diesel truck he's having to work on. He's talking about how he's going to do all this fucking bullshit and stuff. And I was like, dude, he's like, man, I ain't got all the tools for this. I told him, dude, bring it out to my house because everybody used to make fun of me, right? Everybody around here is fucking rednecks. I'm probably the least redneck motherfucker around here, but they made fun of me for being so fucking redneck because I live so far out of town. Purposely, you know. It's because I don't like people. I don't want to be around people. I want to be out here and fucking listen to my fucking black metal as loud as I want to and watch anime with the fucking curtains drawn up. I don't give a fuck. But, like, it's a bad thing, but everybody thinks it is. Whatever. Feel stupid, but you do whatever you want to out in the country. My point is, though, is to justify driving half an hour into fucking town to go and blow money to get a specific tool just to be able to work on something with. And I told this dude, just bring it out to my house and work on it here. And then you won't need them fucking tools. And he thought I was crazy, like I had these fucking tools. Half my shit's fucking Harbor Freight. Well, ain't fucking Craftsman from Sears before they fucking went out. Or junk store shit. Everybody's got these fucking Milwaukee fucking battery powered tools and stuff like that. I got a fucking DeWalt that is the 12 volt, not the 20, the 12 volt. That's been used kind of as a hammer. That I got for fucking free off some fucking credit card points or some fucking shit that family member gave me. Because he got one like it too. He got two. He gave me one for like a present for birthday or Christmas, right? I bought a generator off a dude real cheap. Hell, all my tools are electric, Harbor Freight, fucking Warrior brand mostly, or junk store shit. But anyways, I told a guy bring it out here, work on it out here, and he's like, man, you fucking crazy. And I was like, because if you're out here, you can't justify driving into town to get that little specific fucking thing that you need, so you'll find something that you have and make it fucking work, right? There is certain things you gotta have, but if you have a basic fucking set of wrenches, sockets, uh, vice grips, hammer, hell, just a fucking skill saw, something, extension cord to run it outside with, whatever it is, drill, you can make shit happen. I'm not necessarily accomplishing more or less. The ease of having specific tools for specific things is better. I bought an oscillating tool a little while back, $17 at Harbor Freight. Thing's been awesome for cutting out little for outlets and shit. What I used to do before that, this is what I done in my own house. Whenever I put the back in for like the wood stove, I fucking took the time to set my skill saw where it was barely poking through and just drop it down, move it up, drop it down, move it up, drop it down. Work with what you got, man. You can make this shit work. Chalk line. Measuring tape and chalk line. You need that, you don't need all this other shit. But anyways, make do with what you got. You know? This cigarette's about out. I believe it is talking too much. But anywho, talking about that is make do with what you got. I promise you guys. And I'll talk more about how you can get everything set up. Now, the biggest motherfucker about building or doing anything is if you're going to be trying to hook electric and water up to it and then you go through a bunch of codes and a bunch of bullshit. But if you're just building a building or you're fixing something that's already there, it's not that hard. Everybody talks about getting a roof replaced. If it didn't blow off in a fucking hurricane or whatever the fuck, and you're not replacing your shingles with tin, do you know where that motherfucker leaks at? It's where the screws are. Go get you a bag of roofing screws. Typically it's a 1/4 inch bit, and whatever fucking drill, even if you got to buy an extra extension cord because you just got a corded drill, can't get the Harbor Freight ones. They're cheap, and a cheap Harbor Freight extension cord. Hell, I've had a stem in here. That's why it ain't smoking good. But damn, moon's still pretty. Just go back and re-put the screws in. That's where the motherfucker leaks at, unless somebody put it on, fucked it up, didn't lap it right. But that's what it is. I put used tin. I was talking about it in the last video on the chicken coop I built, all out of repurposed barn wood and used tin that I got for free. Both of them. I just had to fucking haul them, take the time to fuck with them. The only thing I had in that was the screws. Like I mentioned last one, I had to build it with screws instead of nails. Again, because if you've ever tried to hammer a nail through oak, it's gonna take you a while, especially if you're having to use a finishing hammer because you ain't got a framing hammer, and you're on a fucking ladder, and it's middle of fucking summer as well. And also, I was sick at the time. I was having some fucking body issues and stuff. I just said, fuck it. I'd start the screws and then I'd hold it up and finish screwing it on in because I couldn't hold it and hammer it and deal with all that other shit at the same time. But you make do with what you got. If you guys want to build anything or do anything, just start with something. I mean, I'm going to build a shed and I'm going to try to record that. I mentioned that in the last one. I'm going to use the old ass barn wood and screws. I'm probably going to throw some nails in it too, just because I've got a fuckload of nails. Bought at a yard sale, $20. I'm talking buckets and buckets and buckets of fucking nails. Different sizes for different things, but you know, got some big ones for that too. Basically, I mean, I'm gonna tin side it instead of just doing wood side, because I did wood siding on the chicken coop because I wanted it to match. I put like trimming on it, tried to make it kind of pretty and stuff. I wanted it to match the barn and the corn crib and the meal house we got. But the other one, I'm just gonna tin. Fuck, if you're just tin siding it, tin roofing, motherfucker, and just cut you some damn cheap ass OSB for the floor. Fuck, there ain't nothing in that. I mean, there ain't nothing to it, right? And everybody's got their own opinions on what you got to do, depending on where you live at. Which most places, they can't work with what you got. Go out and if you've got access to the woods, go cut 4 fucking cedars. Hell, half time you find them laying down. I mean, make sure they got a decent amount of red in them. Do that. 4 boards. Make a fucking square frame, right? Then, all you gotta do from there, go up top, do the same fucking thing. This is how I'm gonna build. This ain't exactly how I built the chicken coop. Like I say, I overbuild it. Like we've had fucking tornadoes, and I've just got this motherfucker sitting on the ground. Bottom open, tops open, nothing ever blew off. It's fine. If you're using used tin, one big thing though is if you're just doing slats across, or fucking lathing, whatever you want to call it, across, you gotta make sure that shit lines up. I'm going to be using used tin out here. I've got a fuckload of OSB. I'm just going to use that. A lot of people say don't use OSB because it gets wet, it gets fucked. Well, just make sure you fucking put big ass screws that go all the way through down in it. They hold a nail or screw just fine. Another thing too, this is what everybody does now. And Call me fucking crazy. Most of what I've got, because it is used, they always put the screws in on the flat. I get it. It's a lot fucking easier. I've got a barn up here that's old as fuck. I've got a building back here that's old as fuck. Corn crib, old as fuck. Mill house, old as fuck. I got another building over there that I'll unveil at some point once we're starting to work on it. Old as fuck. They've all just been hammered in, and like they used to do, they'd hammer them in on the ridges. Okay, you can look up and see daylight most places. I mean, sometimes tin gets a little rusted and fucked up, and that's kind of where some of my leakage happens on like the barn and stuff. I went up there and patched that. So let me talk about patches real quick before I continue on with talking about putting your tin on. Metal duct tape or aluminum tape, whatever you want to call it, HVAC tape, whatever, something that's heat resistant. Put that down on your hole. Spray in bed liner. It's tar. It's easy, right? I mean, it's a little expensive. You can get you some tar if you're going to be having to do a big job. Seal that up. It's fucking fine. I've done that shit to people's houses before and garage. Well, one house, one garage, I should say, and also my barn, some other shit. My own house, actually. Dude, no fucking issues after that. I mean, it ain't gonna last forever, but it'll get you by for a year or two. It's fucking great. A guy who is a carpenter and builds houses for a fucking living. Been doing it forever. Motherfucker's old as hell. Told him about that shit, and he's like, damn, I'm gonna start using that. And to get an old person, boomer, to admit to try something, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta put that bed liner on thick, dude. But anyways, putting it on your ridges. Think about it logically, right? I can look up the barn and see daylight when it's pouring the fucking rain. I did that whenever I was taking the carburetor off on that Fuller. Talked about some of these other videos. See daylight, and no water's leaking down. Okay? Again, think about it logically. Put it on your flat. You got your water flowing. It's only being dispersed one way. And that's down. Again, if you got that issue, get you a new screw and put it in. Hell, just get your bag of washers if you can find them. The little rubber gaskets. Take it dude out, put it back in. As long as it's holding good. You know, sometimes they waller out. You know, you gotta get a little bit longer, or you gotta cut it at an angle. If you gotta cut it at an angle, get some caulk, shoot it all over your screw, put it in an angle. Do what you gotta do. Or if you gotta take it out completely, duct tape and bed liner method. But if you put it on your ridges, it's dispersed in three ways. It's going like that and like that. And now with most of your tin, it's got kind of a flat top, whereas the old shit, not really. Like, it makes no sense to me. So anytime I'll ever have new tin, I'm gonna do it like that. I'm putting it on fucking ridges. The only reason they say not to put it on the ridges is because it voids the warranty. What does it void the warranty on? The color. Does that fucking matter? No, paint that motherfucker. Even if it does. Because what it is you have to take more time and be more careful about it. But what you're going to have is you're going to have a roof that's going to last fucking 50, 60, 70 years, however the fuck old this barn is. And this other shit around here. Instead of something that's going to last you, what do they guarantee roofs for? Like 10 years or some fucking shit nowadays? It's stupid. So yeah, don't take my advice because I'm young, but I'm just saying, I've been around a lot of old dang shit, and I've had to repair a lot of old dang shit. Every vehicle we got's a shitter. We got the only thing nice we got's that Fuller I want to try to sell. As far as what would be new and, you know, what people would be considered to be nice, you know. If you're around a bunch of old dang shit, do what you gotta do. Um, but yeah, to finish my fucking thought about how I'm gonna build that shed, cedar posts, I'm gonna cement them in the ground. I've got some that's already dead in the woods. I just gotta go pull them out the tractor or something sometime. But cement them into the ground. A lot of people say, "Oh, don't do that because it'll rot and ground will move." Well, if it rots, like in so many years, sorry, the heat unit just kicked on. But um, like I say, we do have a wood stove. We use that majority of the time. But whenever we're just trying to knock off a chill, these few nights and stuff like that, we ain't gonna build a whole fire. I still ain't got the cap off either or anything. But yeah, just damn, what was I even talking about? I'm getting passionate about this shit. This isn't fun, and I don't necessarily enjoy this shit. I just enjoy knowing that I'm able to take care of my own shit and do shit that works, that's cheap, efficient, and just take care of your own shit. Oh yeah, people want to talk about, well, if you put it in the ground, then it rots away, yada yada yada. Well, if it rots away after however many fucking years that'll take, which will be a long ass time, it's cedar. I got a fence post up here I need to show you guys. Rotted all the way around, but that red part is still solid as fuck. It's just fine. But let's say it does. Well, then you block it up. You just be blocking it up to begin with. What fucking difference does it make? Hell, do both. Block it and put it in the ground. Put it in the ground, make sure it never blows away if you're in a windy area. And block it in and make sure it never sags. Either or. You can set your shit on the ground. I don't know why there's all this other weird shit. You set it in the ground, you can put your fucking cedar posts in the ground, whatever. Don't buy these fucking poplar posts or whatever they are, because they will rot away. But if you got cedar, you're good. Which there's some other ones too. I mean, they're technically junipers over here in America, but you know what I'm talking about. Basically, you use those. They're the best. They're in the woods. They're everywhere. A lot of times you find them just fell down. Cut the splintering off of them and use them. They ain't even got to be huge around. If it's just like a, fuck, I'm tired. If it's just building a little shed or chicken coop, outbuilding, whatever. Built father-in-law's house out of big asses. It works. So, do that. 4 boards around the bottom. Make a square. Do it on the inside of the post. Up top, same fucking thing. Then, and this is, like I say, this is building chicken coop, outbuilding type shit. This ain't gonna be your fucking code house bullshit. But your code houses ain't that much better. I mean, you see these fucking little sheds and better built barns that pass as houses, hell, you can punch through them. They're fucking crazy. Literally just fancy paneling for the outside. It's crazy. But it works. This is gonna be even better and even cheaper. Again, 4 boards inside, 4 boards inside. Up top, down below. You could even, if you wanted to go the extra step, whatever you got, saw, hell, knife, whittle it out, whatever. You can make your cedar posts a little bit flat. They kind of square them up where you put your boards. That'll work even better. Or it won't be off as much. And that's the thing too. If this shit's off, it doesn't matter. The only thing you're worried about is fucking water coming in anyways. If you got it sealed up, you're good. Now, if you're using used tin, this is where it's going to be a little bit more complicated. It's not huge, especially if it's on the sides. On the sides, what I'm going to do again is probably going to run OSB on them. Then just screw in, that way I ain't got to worry about doing other stuff. But basically, if you're doing 10, depending on how big it is, run you just a couple fucking flat boards, slats, whatever you want to call them. 2x6 is fucking great. If you got 2 of them, just something to put your piece of tin on, something to drill it to for the side. Right, run that from your top square to your bottom square. Or you could do the OSB. Honestly, if you're having to buy, if you've got the wood, use what you got. But if you're having to buy it, I mean, honestly, OSB ain't that bad. Basically, just make a fucking big square, big cube out of it, right? Do that for your roof. If it's small enough, you ain't even got to run your fucking studs across. Now, I did on chicken coop. I think I ran like 4. I can't even see 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I ran 4, and then I had, like I said, I had to match up my slats because I had used 10. But hell, you could just do OSB, 4 OSB walls, put your 10 on, and then up top, you just run OSB on the big square if you've got, depending on if it's little enough, because they come in 4x8 sheets. Now, if you're doing a 8, say 8x8, just get you 2 OSB boards, run them across top. It ain't gonna be that fucking, you know, well, you probably want to run a little support. Basically what you would do then, just run you one joist straight down the middle. If you're doing the square method, take your drill, run it through, you know, your top board you got up here, that's like part of your square, and you run one straight across the next one, cut it size to fit, screw it in, and then that way you got you good support in the middle, so you know it ain't gonna sag. I mean, you may want more depending on how many you got, but just that, put your boards on, then if it's OSB up top, plywood, whatever, screw in anywhere you want to screw. That way you ain't gotta worry about it. If you got used 10, if you got new 10, don't even worry about that. Just run you a few boards across and say fuck it. If you got that instead, shit. Then for your side, and hell, it don't matter. It's just something to keep shit out. Just get you some caulk and fill up your holes with it. Put your piece of tape on the back side of every one of them, then just go caulk on the other side, fill it up, wipe it so it's flat, wipe it so it's flat, wipe it so it's flat. Just keep doing that on all of them. Then eventually you can leave your tape up if it bothers you, take it off, whatever. I'd probably put a little bit extra on the outside just to be safe, but that's overdoing it. Now, because you're boxed in, you'll want to get you a door light, the fucking, I can't think of anything tonight. Door hinges. A lot of times they come in a pack of 2 or 3, whatever. Just get you a pack of them. Get you whatever little lock mechanism you want to do for it. And basically just cut your OSB out to that, and however big you want your door to be. Then if you need to, shave you a 1/2 inch off and attach your hinges, and there you fucking go. You've got a building. And at the end of the day, and then of course you have to kind of cut your 10 to size, but just make your door on like the corner edge. Say like, here's your post, here's where it would be ending. Cut your door out like this. That way you don't have to, you just put your 10 down here, cut it off, down here, cut it off. Now obviously whenever you're doing this, you're kind of fucking it up, you're definitely going to want to run another stud up between, kind of frame the door with, attach it to the post, attach it over here, attach it down to there, attach the stud that's like that, just for stability. But even if you don't do that, if you don't live in a high wind area, it don't fucking matter. Think about all these old buildings that people built, and these old things that people used to fucking live in back in the day. They wasn't doing shit to code. They wasn't going doing all this other stuff. And as far as I'm concerned, it was built better because they had better wood. This fucking Lowe's wood that splits as soon as you put a nail or a screw in, it's fucking worthless. A lot of times, you can find somebody that's got something they want taken down, just take it down. It's a pain in the ass, haul that shit. You can get all your materials for free. You just gotta put in some time and some effort. But I'm trying to tell anybody how to do it. If you want to build something to code, you got the money to blow on it. Do whatever you want to do. I mean, by all means, if I had the fucking funds, fuck, I'd have me damn garage built out of fucking cinder blocks. That's what I'd love. Couldn't fuck with that. But I live in a fucking castle. Shit, I said that so rednecky. But anyways, point is don't let people tell you how to do something. If you've got a general idea and you're using common sense, you can build it. You can do it. You can take the same fucking principle and just like, 4 or 5 times it and build you a fucking house. Which I'll get in another video, and I'm freezing. It's my 3rd one I've shot in a row, so I'm not going to continue on. It's too fucking long. But yeah, do what you got to do with what you got. The moral of the story. Do what you want to do with what you got. What you can do, what you can get your hands on. Go to Harbor Freight, drop fucking $50, whatever. Buy you a fuckload of nails and screws if you can. And look up a few videos. Use some common sense and just do what you got to do. It ain't got to be perfect. You just got to keep water out. I want to try to uplift people and talk about these things a little bit, but because I do feel like it's important for everybody to share their own life advice and their own experiences and stuff like that, especially younger people who, my dad never taught me anything. I mean, I love him, dad, and everything, whatever, but I talk about him a lot, kind of the video game thing. I was the one starting to patch the roof, like, as a preteen. I was the one starting to mow the yard and shit, like, as a preteen and shit like that, so all that kind of got pushed onto me to do, and I'm not saying I've been doing this for a long time, because I've only been really grinding and really learning this shit since we moved out here, past 5 years, what have you. But yeah, you can figure it out. If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out. Ain't a lot to it. If anybody sees this, it's more than 2 views, whatever. One of them's me checking to make sure the video's up. If you got any questions about any of this shit, I'd love to try to help anybody with anything like this. It's not something I'm really passionate about, is building and working on this shit, because it's so fucking tiring and taxing. But I love cheap shit, and I love shit that works, and doing what you gotta do. I'm gonna attempt to try to take a break from talking about these, like, just redneck ingenuity topics and stuff. So I'm not trying to fit into that cliche, because that's not me. I may look like it just based on what we do, but again, you guys would be surprised, kind of what all we got going on, what we do. But I'm trying to get away from this, talk about some more fun shit going forward. I've got a video coming out tomorrow that I've already recorded before, and this makes the 3rd one I've shot tonight, so I've got 4 days worth of videos already. I'll have them scheduled and stuff, but so don't know whenever I'll shoot some more. I may give it a night or 2 to chill. We'll just have to see, but we'll try to get away from these topics for a little bit. But I like to talk about them here and there, though, because like I say, I feel like it's important for young people to share their knowledge, their experiences, and figure out what they got to do. Don't listen to old people if they sound like they're full of shit just because they're old. A lot of times they don't know shit. Look at what the fuck they're doing and how they're living. They'll tell you all you need to know. All these old motherfuckers grew up in the best economy they ever fucking had, and if they're still living like shit, that's on them most of the time. And listen to yourself and what makes sense to you, and just look at things logically. Don't rush into shit. Figure it out and just kind of go from there, But anyways, I guess that'll do it for this one, and take it easy.